back in my zone, man. I had took a couple of days off, and I'm here giving y'all some game. Ali Salam. So there was a protest in Inglewood, right? I was over here preparing, getting some shows done the other day, and I heard a lot of commotion. I heard cars honking. I heard bullhorns. I heard people yelling. I heard all kind of stuff. And I was like, oh, okay, this must be them so-called white people protesting the stay-at-home orders because in Huntington Beach, that was a big deal that day. And then I was like, bro, you in Inglewood. Our people are not protesting those stay-at-home orders. And so I was like, whatever, no big deal. And then I was just doing my work. And then it hit me. Yo, bro, you are a journalist. You need to get your ass out there and go get that footage so you could tell the people what's going on in the wood. And so I went out there and it was too late, man. I missed it. And I was like, dang, how can I get this information? Footage so I can give to you guys. So I went on Twitter and I found a beautiful sister who took that video that you've seen and answered some of my questions. I want to make sure that you follow her on YouTube and Twitter. She's at or YouTube or Twitter, whatever, you know how to do it. Her name is Dark Skin with two N's .zyy. So that's DARKSKINN.ZYY. She grabbed that footage, and based on the footage, you can tell that it was police, fuck the police, kill the cops, motherfuck cops, all that kind of stuff. And it happened on the day that people were protesting workers. So, I guess it was a mix between the two. Based on the footage, you can tell that she was on Prairie over there by that 7-Eleven. Matter of fact, we had a tech store over there. Arborvita in Prairie. You know where the police always go to, then that 7-Eleven, you know what I'm saying? You got to watch out. Anyway, so she was over there. She grabbed the footage, and I asked her some questions. She said that it was about 6 to 10 cars. She said it was mostly our people, and that they were screaming. People were in their cars, so they were doing safe distance or social distancing protests. First I ever seen anything of that nature. She said that they mostly were about police brutality, but some of them were about worker rights. And she said, about 6 to 10 cars. She said that the police there weren't escorting them, but they were kind of guiding them, kind of like a marathon, kind of guiding them on where to go. So I was looking at that footage and I was just thinking, like, our people, we have to grow up. Like, many times we act like children where we get mad and we have temper tantrums, and we go out in the street and we temper tantrum and we get mad. And I understand injustice happened, but other communities don't respond in such emotional ways. We have to participate in the affairs of men. See, think of this. Remember in Ferguson when that whole situation was big and the brother got killed by the police? Well, one stat that just irked me was the fact that Ferguson was like 85% so-called black, but the elected top cop and the elected officials were all Europeans, were all so-called white people. What does that tell you? It tells you we are not participating in the political process. But so we leave them to govern us. And they're not going to do it with the same amount of love and compassion that we would do with each other. And then we get mad and we want to have a temper tantrum. We have to grow up. So it's not really saying like, yo, man, F the police. It's about being the police. I remember when I was in D.C., I was in D.C. for 5 years and I spent a lot of time in Atlanta. And when I was there, I'm going to tell you, I didn't have police harassment as much as I did in Los Angeles. Because I know in Los Angeles, there was a policy to say, all right, we are going to get these cracker likes like KKK Southern State guys to come to LA to police the so-called inner city. And this is where the problem is. When we police ourselves, we don't have these problems because there's compassion. We see a young man, we understand he's a young man. He's not just a threat. So I just wanted to say this. We have to have economic and political power. That's how we're going to get out of these situations. We're going to have to show up on voting day. We're going to have to go to school council meetings, and we have to go to urban planning and all of this kind of stuff. Guys, we have to participate in the affairs of men. Inglewood, I'm with you. I love you guys. Come on, guys, we gotta do a little better. Ali Salam. Oh, if you know what happened, please hit me up. Twitter is CIRC7E Media. Replace the L with the 7, and let me know if you know anything more about the protests. Okay. All right. That is that. Nah, it's not Affairs of Men. This is So LA. Well, we're the soul of LA. Peace.